Hello, everybody, and welcome to Non Sequitur News for March 13th, 2025. It's Season 4, Episode 72. This is a time machine episode. I was not available to do the show yesterday at the pre-approved and appointed time, unfortunately. But that's okay. I am Mayor Watt. I run ohmtown.com, so I can pretty much decide my own hours. Unfortunately, I have thousands of bosses, and they pulled me in different directions, and so I couldn't do the show. But we have a time machine. Gives me up to an hour to do the show. I'll try and get it done in 30 minutes. Today we're going to be talking about driverless parking tickets, discovering thousands for $1 million, the talk of TV and film, the best electric lawnmower, 8-bit do ultimate controller, Edge of Tomorrow anime, Apple is lying about Apple Intelligence, I guess, Toxic Avenger Remake, Neuromancer TV Series updates, and wife of a Ghosthunter plots making a ghost. Hello, everybody. I am Mayor Watt. I usually have the sentient AI from the future on board, but they are not here at the moment. They may come in at any time later on. That said, let's get into the show. Hold on one second. I forgot to do something, and this gets awkward. No, that. 1 second. Sorry. Doot. All right. Anywho, let's get into this. You know, I get pulled in so many different directions as mayor. It gets a little distracting at times, but I'm here to do a gig, so let's get going. The first article is over on Technology Today. I didn't log in, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk about this. These driverless taxis got 589 parking tickets in San Francisco last year, way more tickets than anybody else, I suppose. Robot taxis in San Francisco are Waymo robot taxis are in San Francisco, and they're programmed to follow rules of the road, but still got hundreds of tickets for parking violations last year. I don't have a byline. Yeah, there we go. So at Lisa Bonos over at WashingtonPost.com put this article together. And let's see here. Waymo vehicles driving themselves received 589 tickets for parking violations in 2024 alone. According to records from San Francisco's Municipal Transportation Agency, the company initially limited signups for its robotaxi service in the city, but made it open to all in June. So there is more to this, but I won't be able to get to it because it's you have to subscribe. But anyway, maybe there's more, maybe there's not. I don't know. Follow the link. You can actually get there by typing in !NSN over in the chat. And boom, Omatron will spit that out into the chat over on Twitch. Over on YouTube, it's already embedded into the show notes. But anyway, so I wonder how many miles they have driven all on their own. It just says driverless robots also routinely violate parking rules. They abide by speed limits, use turn signals, delight tourists, apparently. They beep and honk all night long in some area in San Francisco when they come in to park. I don't know if that's ever been remedied, but the news cycle stopped reporting about it. So I guess it's all good. Anyway, let's keep going. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. An 18-year-old won $250,000 for discovering over 1 million objects in space. Some could help unravel one of the universe's biggest mysteries. High schooler Mateo Paz won $250,000 for discovering 1.5 million new space objects with AI.Paz, P-A-Z, built in with AI. Sorry, there's a lack of a gap. So they used AI. Paz built an AI algorithm to search data from a NASA space telescope for objects like black holes. His discoveries could help solve one of the universe's biggest mysteries, when Mateo Paz scored a high school internship with the California Institute of Technology, the scientists there gave him the daunting task of manually sorting reams of data from a NASA mission. So it was classic intern work. Paz, an 18-year-old from Pasadena, said that that's what it was. And they exited this with $250,000 for discovering 1.5 million new space objects. So an AI algorithm to search data from NASA space. I'm really curious what they actually used. So instead of manually sifting through the data, Paz built an AI algorithm to do it for him. Ultimately, he discovered 1.5 million new objects in space. I'm curious if I don't know anybody who else is talking about this just yet. And I haven't actually inquired, but Regeneron Science Talent Search is something that we've talked about before in the program. It's basically like the Olympics for sport or for science for high school. It's pretty amazing. So every year the competition casts a net across the nation for high schoolers doing a type of research you may expect from graduate students. And this year, Paz snagged first place out of nearly 2,500 entrants. Surprised isn't a strong enough word, they say. Didn't even give a thought to what I'd say if to people if I'd won. And sure enough, they won. Building an AI. So Paz needed his machine learning algorithm to comb through nearly 200 terabytes of data from a 10-year infrared survey of the entire sky by NASA's NEOWISE space telescope. Looking in the infrared wavelengths invisible to the human eye, the NEOWISE mission searched for asteroids and comets near Earth. Infrared wavelengths, however, can also show objects in deep space that are shrouded in interstellar dust. Even though NEOWISE wasn't designed to look for such objects, Paz thought that he could tease them out of the data with his algorithm. Basically, if he just looked for any shift between two scans, that dust might actually highlight where something was. So at the end of the summer, we were so impressed with his results that we hired him part-time at Caltech to finish the catalog. Paul said a lot of the work was in a dark room, eye bags heavy, looking at my computer, trying to solve a bug. In order to analyze all 200 terabytes, Paz divided up the data into 13,000 equal parts. In the end, he surveyed more than 450 million objects in the sky and identified 1.9 million that may be variable objects such as black holes or supernova. Of those, 1 million had never been cataloged before, 1.5 million out of the 1.9. They were new discoveries. It says it's very beautiful. Not just that number. It's a big number that obviously makes you proud. But when you visualize the data, and that apparently is what it looks like. So pretty amazing. Here's that visualization plotting all the candidate objects he discovered. So what does that actually look like to you, though? I mean, if you were to be able to follow the whole arc, right, that would be a circle. This is a flat map, so I don't know really how to three-dimensionally visualize this. I want to see this in VR and step into it. So it's clear that he is simply a unique talent, smart, hardworking, with a crazy ability to assimilate newfound knowledge into new ideas for studying the universe. Yeah, pretty amazing. There's a lot more in this article over at Business Insider by Morgan McFall Johnson. Go over and check it out, please. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. South by Southwest, behind the scenes, 6 topics everyone was debating in TV, film, and the creator economy. The article is by Lucia Moses at businessinsider.com. And the contour, it says here that they spent 3 days at South by Southwest, where Hollywood is divided over AI, LA's future, and more. Insiders also fretted over Trump's influence and debated YouTube's rise in podcasting. Creators may be getting deals, big deals, but they're still fighting for respect. True. But I don't know. Creators all around have always had to struggle for respect. YouTube just puts some icing on the cake kind of a thing. but creators in general. They're seen as a dime a dozen, but yeah, it just shows that the barriers to entry are extremely low, lower than any time before, I would say. But I think that now economics are starting to rise to the point where it might stop people. So they flew to Austin for the festival where creative folks come together to share knowledge. So what they're talking about is in the 3 days that they spent talking with filmmakers, media execs, etc., some were riddled with existential angst, while others saw opportunity in the chaos. Here were the biggest topics and debates they heard on the ground. AI fights are as hot as ever. Podcasts, to see or not to see. A lot of this is hype and marketing. And once you catch the wave, you need to just move with it. You need to flow with it and get as much as you can attention. So it says even Uber podcaster Megyn Kelly has her doubts, as she expressed on a recent edition of her show, saying, "Can't be in the cam glam all day long. It's just weird." Whatever that means. And advertisers are intrigued because video podcasts offer another way to benefit from authentic relationship podcasters have with their audiences. However, not all video pods have the high production quality they require, like this one. I just shoot from the hip talking about the news that I read for the first time here on the show, even though I've had these articles sitting here for a day. I want an authentic response, and I want to talk about the news with people live here on ohmTown. And this particular episode is Non Sequitur News. So I've got 6 other podcasts, 7 altogether, 6 on the weekends, and 1 is a daily, Monday through Friday. And then on the weekend, those 6 podcasts get turned into 2 Non Sequitur News weekend editions. I know it's a little hinky, a little busy, but I've got a lot of topics that I'm interested in, and so I parse. Right now, I've parsed today close to 5,000 articles. I've scanned through 5,000 articles to kind of pull out some, and then the sentient AI from the future actually parses them as well. And I tend to go with their review of things because I like what they detect. Anyway, so Hollywood's Trump turn, it says here. There was simmering worry among some insiders over the partial dismantling of various things in the federal government. And it's the change. It's a cultural shift, and I think that it's the rise of sociopathy, but it is what it is, and you need to practice radical acceptance. Just kind of go with the flow, change what you can, be the change you want to see in the world, because others are doing exactly that too, and some are riding their wave. So we'll see what happens in the future. I don't like certain terminology that I hear, like never having to vote again, but hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. So creators are still fighting for respect, they say here. Hot Ones host Sean Evans griped that he still has to fight for recognition from advertisers despite his YouTube show having become a regular stop for stars, including Scarlett Johansson and Margot Robbie. In one conference room, influencer advocates lamented to mostly empty chairs that despite their increased visibility in pop culture, creators still suffer from a lack of job protection. No, you're an independent contractor, essentially. You are a creator. You are your own boss. Despite their increased visibility, they have to fight for their job. That is what everybody has to do when they hang a shingle, believe me. Yeah. I've been doing that since I was 18, for crying out loud, fighting for job protection. And I either have a main gig, and this is my side gig, or some combination thereof of entrepreneurial spirit, and that's my main gig, and I've got a side gig paying the bills. Other way around, whatever, it doesn't matter. You are an individual. You are the boss. You have no job protection because anybody can come and take it away from you. Hell, people can take it away before you even get started. Look around. Anyway, respect as a worker class. Power versus the platform giants. You're on the platform giants. If you want to strike out on your own and start your own platform, good freaking luck. You know, that's why I sit there and gripe about the fact that you have to give up 30%. Who cares? 30%. Go for it. Go get 100% of whatever platform you spin up and see how far you get. It doesn't make any sense. All of your eggs are literally in that basket until you break off into another basket. And then you're divided there. You have to hope that both of the platforms stay somewhat relevant in today's economy. None of it makes any sense. Go niche or go broad is another one. There's a long-standing narrative in Hollywood that monoculture is over. Few programs can command a massive audience outside of sports. The global streamers haven't produced a new Disney-level franchise or despite that, spending billions. No one at the festival seemed especially optimistic about the future of the Bond franchise now that it's in Jeff Bezos' hands. Yeah, I don't think billionaires really have a touch on reality. Hollywood is over. Long live the new Hollywood via Netflix, pretty much. So they also acknowledge that the power center will remain in LA when it comes to high stakes functions like writers' rooms and casting of top roles. The traffic still goes one way. Yeah, I mean, you have to have money, and money begets money. You can, if you have $1 billion, if you have a couple $100 million, you can pick your nose and spend more money than you make, or less money than you make in interest. Never touch the principal. It's crazy. Anyway, there's more in this article as well, but I just kind of give you the rundown. And I want you to go over and check it all out, and then come and argue with me, talk with me, give me your 2 cents about things. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. A new Crew 10 launch just occurred, by the way, if you're curious about that. This is actually in the time machine, so I'm looking through a temporal portal into the future because it happens on Friday. Okay, this next one really should be in Wanted, but best electric lawnmower you can buy in 2025. Eco-friendly electric mowers, save energy, run without gas, and keep your lawn looking great. I actually want one of these. Steve Conaway, Macy Meyer, Chris Weddle put the article together. You can get a electric lawnmower overall best electric and best gas mower like power. So Ego Power Plus 21-inch 56 volt Select Cut XP mower is $649. So depending on where you get your lawn mowed, that's basically 3 months of lawn care service. And then all you have to do is charge it up and it goes and mows. But you have to sit there and watch it depending on the neighborhood you're in. If it like an automated mower, but that's not what this is, right? For $649, this is nothing more than an electric mower that you have to push around because you'll have to add like 3 times that to get into a self-powered electric mower. So this is an electric mower, and you can walk around pushing this thing all up and down your yard. Never have I ever used an electric mower and been able to mow all of my lawn, and I don't have a particularly big lawn. So it best suits me to pay somebody to come and mow the lawn so that I've got more time to dedicate to mayoral duties. So the best electric lawnmower for consistent lawn maintenance is the Greenworks 25-inch 60-volt cordless self-propelled lawnmower. Self-propelled, but you still have to push it. It doesn't just, it's not a smart mower. None of these are. And then the best electric mower on a budget is $390 from Walmart. It's a 19-inch 40-volt push lawnmower. So these prices change depending on where you are, but you should go and check them all out. They're over at Lowe's, and even Amazon has it apparently, but I would probably buy it from Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. Anyway, let me keep going. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. 8-Bit Do Ultimate controller is $20 cheaper than the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I don't know if that's going to always be there, but it says save nearly 40% on 8-bit do Ultimate Bluetooth controller with charging dock over at Amazon. I won't go over there, but Joe Tillelli over at Gizmodo.com put the article together, and it says here that layout-wise, 8-bit do Ultimate controller almost or most closely resembles Nintendo. It's asymmetrical sticks with the left stick on top and the right stick on the bottom. The letter buttons matching up with their positions on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And then they say Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo will never agree on where the X goes, will they? Whatever that is. Well, the controller has everything you'd expect on a modern-day controller, from rumble vibrations to motion controls. It's compatible with the Switch, but can also be used with Steam Deck via Bluetooth, 2.4G adapter, or a USB cable, or it can be used with any Windows with the 2.4G adapter. So you just plug that in. You find an open USB port and plug it in, or you can use a USB cable. The charging dock ensures that you'll always have a full battery when you go to start your game, and you can automatically switch it on and off. So say goodbye to stick drift. Apparently, the 8-bit do, one massive improvement you'll find is with the Hall effect stick. The Joy-Cons notoriously do not stand up to the test of time, with many users reporting various levels of stick drift in which the controller registers directional input even though it's not being touched. This results in your character running endlessly to one side or the camera spinning out of control. Hall effect is quickly becoming the new standard for everything, really, keyboards and joysticks. So they say that it's 39% off over at Amazon. Go check it out. The next article is over at WarCrafters. Well, that's where it's aggregated to, but it's actually from where? Polygon. So Edge of Tomorrow source material finally being turned into an anime. The fate of the Edge of Tomorrow sequel might still be in flux, but on Thursday, Studio 4 Degrees C, mind game Tekken Concrete, I guess, I've not seen that one before, announced that the next best thing is an animated adaptation of All You Need Is Kill, the 2004 light novel by Hiroshi Sakurazaka and Yoshitoshi Abe that Doug Liman's film was based on. So, sounds like a win to me. I would like to see more of Edge of Tomorrow, but Toussaint Egan over at Polygon.com put the article together, and it says the novel centers on a newly enlisted soldier in a future where humanity is pitted in an existential war against alien invaders known as mimics. After dying in their first battle, the soldier awakens in the morning prior to the battle, having inadvertently been caught in a time loop. In order to succeed, they'll have to find new allies and take what they've learned from the repeated battles to defeat the mimics and save Earth. And this should be a Souls-like game. This would be an amazing Souls-like game. All right, let's keep going. The next article is over in Smack Talk. Apple's lying about Apple Intelligence, says John Gruber, and according to this article from Apple Insider, he's right. John Gruber, longtime Apple pundit, hosted the talk show, an extended post-WWDC conversation with Apple executives such as Craig Federighi. He's also written about Apple extensively and in recent months increasingly critical of Siri, as have others. I hope it didn't just wake up. Anyway, I have smart speakers all throughout the mayoral mansion. So, yeah, well, that smart speaker is dumb. It's just dumb. It's always telling me to go and move over to an Apple device. I don't need an Apple device. I need you to answer my damn question. Anyway, William Gallagher over at AppleInsider.com put the article together. And it says the fiasco here is not that Apple is late on AI. The fiasco is that Apple pitched a story that wasn't true, one that some people within the company surely understood wasn't true, and they set a course based on that. In the 2 decades that they've been in this racket. I've never been angrier at myself for missing a story than I am about Apple's announcement on Friday that the more specialized, personalized smart speaker features of Apple Intelligence scheduled to appear between now and WWDC would be delayed until the coming year. He continued, I should have my head examined. Yeah. All I know is that it is the dumbest speaker, and my interactions with the AI stuff injected into the iOS versions, phone, tablet, etc., have been largely useless to me. I'm not interested in that particular AI at this stage of the game because it just operates kind of junky. It's just dumb. It says Apple's bad old days are back. In his piece, Gruber compares the situation of Tim Cook and Apple Intelligence to Steve Jobs and Mobile Me, then to iCloud. Jobs was reportedly furious over how poorly Mobile Me was done, and Gruber says Cook should be the same over Apple Intelligence. Yeah. We'll see. We have to watch it. I think AI is so new and evolving so fast that people just don't seem to understand that this is not the solution yet. And while it has certain special functions, it is in silos, like the 18-year-old who used AI to parse terabytes of data. In that silo, it's great. It doesn't hallucinate. It doesn't sit there and make stuff up. But you still have to audit it because it can misperceive what it is seeing. Anyway, this next article is over in the Continuity Report. Toxic Avenger images reveal best look yet as Peter Dinklage's hero in cult classic reboot. I actually loved the Toxic Avenger. It's way back early 1980s film. Low budget. The movie tells the story of a janitor named Winston Goose who, after falling into toxic waste, evolves into the eponymous, the titular, even, I want to say it, Toxic Avenger. The new version of the horror comedy features a star-studded leading cast: Dinklage, Elijah Wood, Jacob Tremblay, Kevin Bacon, Taylor Page. The movie initially premiered at Fantastic Fest in September 2023, but now has distribution for this summer, opening August 29th. Dun, dun, dun. The article is over at ScreenRant.com. Hannah Gearin put the article together. And, yeah, see, in this kind of light, I don't know. It looks really hinky, but I love the idea of the Toxic Avenger. Yeah, so what does it mean for the Toxic Avenger? The Toxic Avenger employs practical effects, so this is old school. While its design is slightly different, the mop is an iconic prop for Winston's character, originating from his janitorial days. Blair and his team maintained that feature for the remake's new version. Additionally, facial features like Mitch Cohen's sunken eyes from the movie's 1980s counterpart are used in the Dinklage's version of the role. Interesting. So he's going to be the Toxic Avenger. All right. In the 2023 interview, Blair was sure to mention how practical effects were used in the Toxic Avenger to create the actor's main look. This includes goopy little boils and stuff like that. So their take on it is that the remake has been hyped, so it's exciting to see new images when there is an actual release date on the calendar. The Toxic Avenger trailer brought on all the gore, but it did not give a full glimpse into Dinklage's hero character. Can't wait. So again, August 29th. The next article is over in the Continuity Report. That's a show that we have on Saturdays. It's the third show. Show 3. Neuromancer Apple TV Plus series casts Peter Sarsgaard. Peter Sarsgaard has been cast in the Apple TV Plus adaptation of Neuromancer. Variety has learned exclusively Sarsgaard will appear alongside previously announced cast members Callum Turner, Brianna Middleton, Mark Strong, Joseph Lee, Clemens Posey. in the 10-episode drama based on William Gibson's novel of the same name. By the way, Johnny Mnemonic is actually from Neuromancer, but it's two characters that are in it as just side characters. They're not the preeminent characters. So it's kind of interesting. So the official logline for Neuromancer states that it follows a damaged top-run super hacker named Case Turner, who is thrust into a web of digital espionage and high-stakes crime with his partner Molly, and Case bump into Johnny Mnemonic and I forgot her name. Doggone it. Hold on, I got to do this live. Oops. So, Johnny Mnemonic and, what is her name? Oh no, I forgot her name. Oh, that really sucks. I hate it when my brain fails like that. It wasn't Molly. Jane, Johnny Mnemonic and Jane. So they're just two side characters in Neuromancer, while the leads are Case and Molly. So Sarsgaard will play John Ashpool in the series. The role marks a return to Apple for the character. He previously appeared in critically acclaimed legal drama Presumed Innocent, elsewhere on his TV resume at least, Dope Stick. And Sarsgaard also starred in Interrogation, The Looming Tower, The Slap, The Killing. So Shattered Glass is his film role. But anyway, it says Neuromancer hails from co-creators Graham Rolland and J.D. Dillard. There's always more, so go check it out. The next article is over. So I always load the link to our source. And in this case, it's over on Rounders Gear. I'm not quite sure why it got aggregated into, must be because it's involving Las Vegas. But anyway, wife of celebrity ghost hunter arrested in Los Angeles for plotting his murder. So I think that she wanted to make a prequel based on his ghost so that he could, or she could, or maybe his business could hunt for his ghost. The wife of Aaron Goodwin, star of Ghost Adventures, has been arrested for trying to make him a ghost. Wow, they say exactly what I said. Is that too on the nose? Is that too obvious? Is my humor just too blah? I don't know. Police in Las Vegas, where Victoria Goodwin allegedly hatched the plot, say she tried to hire a hitman to delete him. Victoria, 32, was booked on March 6th on charges of solicitation and conspiracy to commit murder, and remains at the Clark County Detention Center with bail set at $100,000. Jeez. In one of the messages, the pair allegedly discussed setting aside just over $10,000 to pay an unnamed hitman when the job is finished, with an upfront payment of only $2,500. They also allegedly discussed Aaron Goodwin's location at the time and the make of his car. Am I a bad person? Police quote Victoria asking Amato, because I chose to end his existence, not divorce. Yes. Yes. You are a horrible person. You are a sociopath because you can sit there and just pay money to delete somebody instead of, use your grown-up coping skills as an adult. You... Am I a bad person? When police confronted Victoria about the messages, they claim she admitted to reaching out to Amato after learning about him from a true crime documentary. At the time, she told them she and her husband of 2 years were having relationship problems, so freaking divorce him. She also admitted sending money to Amato, which police believe he used to buy his cell phone. So I'm really curious how they actually... She said her feelings toward Amato were more like fantasy or daydreams. Yeah, unfortunately, sending money kind of confirms that it's a little more than that. So the article is from Corey Levitan over at casino.org. There's, again, always more. And even when I tell them not to send more than a certain number of characters, words, they even embed the picture. And I try to stop that, but man, it still comes through. Yeah, there's a little more over here. So go and check it all out over at casino.org. With that, we're going to pull the handle on the slot machine, and look, it's nothing but cherry. And we are back at the front of ohmtown.com, where all Non Sequitur news is sourced from as we parse all of the articles throughout the day. And catch up on the news. And then come 7 o'clock, we talk about it. 10 articles. Anyway, that's it. I'm saying bye. I'm taking the sentient AI with me, even though they are not even here.